topic. And before we begin, happy Ugadi, everyone. And any questions from the previous class? Have you all completed your hands-on?
Yes, Preethi. I tried.
All right. So let's begin with the today's topic. Yesterday we have seen creating a new file, modifying the files, right? Today we'll talk about um, deleting the files. Like how do you delete any file and how do you commit those changes to the repository? 1 second, please. Okay. So we are having a couple of files, right? Suppose let's say I want to delete some file. Git rm file name will help you delete the file. So here you can see file 1 is gone. And if you do ls, yes, like ls will list the files available, it's gone. And if you see the status, see changes to be committed. Like I said yesterday, Git works with respect to changes. All right. So it could be a modifying a file, it could be a creating a file, it could be deleting a file as well. So I just deleted and commit the changes. Git commit -m deleted the file. Okay. So git status, right, on branch master. So that's how you commit the changes. And the file, if you notice, it's gone from the repository, local repository as well as working directory. It is deleted completely. Suppose, let's say I just want to have the file in the working directory, but deleted only from local repository. You have something called git rm cache file. So if you see this, you can see file is still there in the working directory. Do you see the difference? File is removed from the local repository. ls still shows the file, but git ls files, right? It doesn't have any file. Means it is removed from the local repository, but not from the working directory, right? Also, at this point of time, if you just want to commit your changes, see changes to be committed. So let us commit the change -m deleted from local repository, correct? So if you see here, git status, it would say, why are we seeing this? Changes are committed, the file is deleted from local repository, it is there in the working directory, but why I am seeing this kind of message whenever I do git status? Anyone? Why do you think we are seeing this message?
Since we removed from the local repository and it has not in staging area as well, it is asking to track the file.
Means it's working like a new file, right? It's in the working directory. It's working like a new file, whole new file. So like when you have a new file, it shows like untracked file, right? Because I removed it from staging area and local repository, it's just working like a new file. So it keep on showing us this way. So what you have to do, you have to add and comment. Now let us take up a use case. Let us suppose this file is a log file, right? Some logs might be generated, or else this file might be file might be an exe file, or else this might be a documentation, notes I have taken to for my project. So I just don't want to delete them or discard them, but still I want to keep it in the same folder. Means I want to keep it in the project folder only. I don't want to remove it because it's some notes, documentation I have prepared, or else different scenarios, or else it could be a log file generated, or else it's an executable file. You don't want Git to version control it. You don't want to Git to track it, but still you have to keep it in the folder. Means, see, we did Git init in this folder, right? So this is my local repository or working directory. So whatever present in this folder will be tracked by Git. So how do you tell Git not to track this file? Because it might be a documentation you have taken, it might be a log file, whatever it is, for some reasons and different use cases. So how do you tell Git not to version control certain files?
Probably the git ignore or something like that.
Yeah, everyone got the use case, right? Why you should do this. I just want to keep it in the same folder, but I don't want Git to track it. So in that case, you will be creating another file called .git ignore. Okay, .git ignore. In this file, you will put the file names, whichever you don't want Git to track. Say I don't want Git to track this file too. Put the file names, whichever you don't want Git to track. Whenever I put the file name here and save it, do you see it's grayed out? Right. So at this point, if you see, it is no more tracking this file too, but it is tracking a file called .gitignore, because .gitignore is after all another file, right? It's like another file. Git is tracking it. It's asking you to add and comment, right? So what you have to do, git and .gitignore. It is also a file, add it. At the back, you can see it shows as A whenever you add it for the first time. Git commit -m, let's say some message like ignore file created or added, whatever. Okay, now if you see the status, yes, see, it was all clean. And if you do ls, of course, a hidden file is also there. Hidden files can be seen this way, or else you can say, see here. But when you do git ls files, git ls files. So only .git ignore is there. Got it clear, everyone? Here we are learning this git ignore concept with some dummy file. Like file2 is a simple text file, we are ignoring it. Now you learn it, right? Only the difference in reality is you will see a real file. We are going to see that real scenario. Please keep muted, everyone. I'm having a background noise, lot of background noise. Thank you all. So the actual use case might be like I already mentioned, it might be a log file, it might be an executable file, it might be some documentation, or else the real use case we see in this course is like in Terraform, in Ansible projects, we'll have some sensitive data like passwords, or else the infrastructure information, which you don't want to version control, and later on, if you version, if the actual thing is we will version control and push to GitHub and share it with others, right? So let's say you have some files where you have sensitive data, you don't want to version control and push to remote. So you don't want to push to remote. So in that case, what you do, you can use git ignore to ignore certain files. We are going to implement these scenarios with the real projects like Terraform projects and so on. So first understand here, conceptually nothing changes. Commands are same, concept is same, only here we are using file2. It would be the actual file. That's the difference. That's why Git is like a real scenarios are nothing but the use cases. Files could be different, that's all. And there's a question from participant, is .git ignore a directory? A file, it's a file. See here, I opened this file, I put the file name here. You have to put the file names of the files you want to ignore. And one more thing, suppose you have so many log files, you want to ignore all of them. You can also use wild characters like this. .log means any files with extension .log will be ignored. Making sense? Is the ignore
So
concept clear?
So Preeti, we are putting all these files inside this git ignore. Is this a directory or
File
what it is?
names. It is a
File
file.
names.
It is a file. You
Mhm.
are placing the file names whichever you want to ignore.
Okay, got it.
I placed this file name here. This is a file.
Mhm.
If you have so many files, like just now I shown, you have so many files with extension .log or .exe, you can use some while characters to ignore all of them.
Okay, got it.
So that is about git ignore. And if you see here, let us see the commit history. What is the command to see the commit history? Right? Yesterday we have seen git log one line will give you the complete commit history. See a bunch of commits we made from yesterday till today. So many commits are there. Let's suppose you want to undo a particular commit. What is meant by undo? What is the dictionary meaning of undo? First, let's see what is the dictionary meaning of undo. Reversing, right? Means let's suppose you created a file. What happens when you undo? Correct? Suppose you deleted the file. What happens when you undo? File will be created back. Correct? So the reverse happens. Let's talk about with respect to Git. Suppose you created a file and a commit is created, commit ID. Let's say commit ID A. I can't refer the entire alphanumeric ID, right? I'm just referring it as A. Now you undo means you revert. Okay, you can revert the changes. Suppose you undo this. Okay, when you undo this, file is deleted. Another, whenever you make a commit or whenever you undo, a commit ID will be generated, which is B. Let's suppose you undo this again. You can undo, right, any number of times. Again, it will be created back and the commit ID is C, but the state is same as A, correct? Agree with this, everyone? Right? So
Yes.
undoing any particular commit is called reverting. Revert the changes means undo. Any commit ID can be reverted. Means whatever changes happened during that commit will be reverted, will be reversed. Okay. So let me check the log. Suppose I want to undo this. Git revert. How do you undo the commit ID? This is the commit ID. So what happens now? Whenever you undo, new commit ID will be generated. Means revert is also like commit command. Every commit will create a commit ID, isn't it? Similarly, every revert will generate a commit ID. Let me show you. See, it will also ask for revert message, like commit message. So we may give some message like ignore file reverted or deleted, whatever, and save it. Okay, now if you see the log, do you see another ID created with the message you have given? That's what, it's like commit B, consider it like commit B. Now if you see the status, ls, do you see here? All right, this was being tracked, ignore file is gone. Also, if you see the status, do you see it's like earlier, like it was tracking file 2, it was back to that state.
Yep. Yep.
Gone. It's being tracked again because ignore file is gone. File 2 is being tracked again because there is no more ignore file. Are we good?
Yep. Yes.
Yes.
Everyone?
Yep.
Yes.
So now let's say I just want ignore file back. You can revert this B again. That's what is this diagram. Means I would revert this again. How do you do that? Git revert. Again, some message. This is actually a Vim editor, like editor from the command line. Ignore file. Reverted again. Some message. Escape. You will go to normal mode. Colon. WQ. Exclamatory. Will save the file. Okay, these steps are there in the drive also. How to save those files when you revert. Now, if you see the log, see, new ID is generated another ID, right? That's like C, commit C. Are you referring to this diagram? Can you relate to this diagram now? Again, back. See, ignore file is back. So, because ignore file is back, file 2 will not be version controlled anymore. See, that's how you exclude certain files from getting version control. Are we good?
Yes.
Right. So that is about revert and um, like ignore. What is the difference between revert and commit commands? Whenever you revert means you revert, the command takes some commit ID, right? You have to provide a commit ID. And also every revert will generate a new commit ID. Commit command is also similar. It will also generate new ID, but it will not take any commit. Take any commit in the sense, I mean in the command. Command is simply git commit, but you don't need to provide any commit ID. But here you have to provide a commit ID, right? It is used to undo any changes happened in the particular commit.
So this commit ID will be generated during only commit, but not adding the files, right, Preethi?
You mean whenever you run git add command?
Right.
No, it will
So
not be generated. Whenever you run git commit command only, commit ID will be generated. And
that's
also
good.
whenever you do git revert as well, commit ID will be generated.
Okay.
So Preeti, whenever we are reverting, it will create a new commit ID, right? Can we reuse that new commit ID
Huh?
for reverting that? So whenever we are reverting, it will again create a new commit ID, right?
Correct. Correct.
So can we use that again, new
Yeah,
commit
that's what
ID
we
to
did,
revert it
right?
back?
Yes, yes, that's
Oh,
what we did, absolutely.
okay, okay. No, oh, no, you said that whenever we are committing, it will generate a ID, and that ID we can use it to revert the state, right?
See, I told this as well. See,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
whenever you revert also, new ID will be generated.
Yeah.
Whenever you revert, new ID will be generated. Whenever you commit also, new ID will be generated. In the revert command, you have to provide the ID. See here, file is created, it's committed. You reverted. File is deleted, another commit B is generated. Again, you
Mm.
can revert it. Revert that B. C came in.
Okay, okay, okay. Got it.
That's what we did
Yes, clear.
hands-on also. Like git revert commit A. Here, B is generated. Again, what I did? Git revert B. Again,
B.
new ID C is generated.
C.
But it is same like A. Same like A means state is same. Like let's say in commit ID, you have file created. There is commit B, file deleted. There is commit C again, file created. And now refer these two.
Okay.
A and B are same state, file is back. That's what we
Yes.
also did hands-on. That's what we did. Git revert C4F. Another commit ID is generated. Again, I reverted it. We are back to the previous.
Okay.
Clear everyone? Still any more queries?
Preeti, I just have one doubt. So, Git revert is kind of a state at that place, or is it file level revert will happen?
Git revert will undo any changes happened in this commit. That's all.
No, that's not. It will take the state of the. Let's assume I have deleted file 2 and committed it, and I have created a file 3. I updated some content, and I would like to restore the file 2 commit state. So will that restore of that file to commit will remove the file 3, or will it keep the file 3?
File 3
Still,
will be as it is. Whichever commit you undo, whatever changes happened in that commit will be undo.
okay. Okay.
Git revert C4654. C4654, whatever is committed, that will be undo. It will not do anything else if that's not in this commit. Let's say in this commit, 5 files are committed, 5 files are created, let's say. When you revert git revert C4655, in this commit, 5 files are created. All those 5 files will be gone. Whatever changes committed during this commit will be undo.
Got it. File.
Not about other files or other commits. Whatever commit you are undoing, you are reverting. It will not do anything with the rest of the things.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Okay, so we have seen revert, and let's talk about, okay, this is the commit history I have. Let's suppose I'm working on this repository from a week. Let's say after a few days, I realize that I don't want to the top 3 commit IDs. I want to undo the top 3 commit IDs. How is that possible? Is that possible? How to undo top 3 means latest successive commit IDs, because I realized I don't want them. Means I want to discard them from the commit history. Not only from commit history, whatever changes happen during this commit also need to be undo. How to do that? There comes something called reset. Reset means, see, there are some pointers in Git. Head is a pointer. Head is one such pointer, which will always point to the latest commit ID. Means it will point to this one. Suppose I just want to reset. Reset meaning, suppose I want to discard these 3 commits. Discard these 3 commits means I want them to get wiped out from the log history, as well as I want to get rid of whatever changes happen during this commit, right? So git reset will wipe these 3 from the commit history, as well as whatever changes happened in those 3 commits will be gone. That's what is reset. Okay. It is applicable for successive commit IDs. So how do you do? Also, what happens whenever you remove this, head pointer will be pointing this one, because this becomes the latest commit in the in that particular branch. So git reset hard. I don't want top 3 commits. So after 3 commits, this becomes the head pointer. So git reset hard. So obviously what happens? See, all these 3 are gone, right? So that is what is reset. There is another way to do this. There are multiple ways you can do it. The one way is this one. Again, let's say from this, I don't want top 2 commit IDs. You can put this ID, which becomes the latest commit, or else head tilde 2. Like 2 commits will be. Either way you can do. Clear? This is what is reset. Reset is a very powerful command, and it's called a destructive command. Because changes gone are gone forever. You can't get them back like revert, because whenever you reset, it is not generating any new ID. If it is not generating any new commit ID, you can't get them back. Isn't it? If it generates a new ID again, you can get that back, but it will not generate a new ID. So changes gone are gone forever. So you should be doing it very carefully. If you really need it, you can go for it. Because by mistake, if you do that, you can't get them back. So this is what is a reset. Are we good? Suppose I just want to get rid of all of these. Let's say again head tilde 2. See, only left with 2 comments. And when you do git status, it will be gone completely. It will be clean always. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Preethi, if we use only reset command, then it will wipe out the first latest 3 commits, right?
Sorry, come again, please.
In case of reset command,
Hmm.
it will only wipe out the latest 3 commits. That is correct, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Depending on you give head tilde 3 or head tilde 2. If you give head tilde 2, latest 2. Latest one, that's how.
No, no, without hard command, only reset command.
Only reset will not work. You have to tell how many you want to discard.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So this is about reset hard. This is a far advanced concept. We don't use it generally because whenever you reset, changes will be gone forever. So which is the best method to revert? I mean, which is the best method to undo your changes, to discard your changes? And what is the difference between revert and reset? Which one we should use? Yes? Any
Revert
thought?
and revert, we can do the changes that in reset.
See, you pass a particular commit ID here, right? A particular commit ID. Whereas here, successive commits, that's the difference. Here you provide a bunch of commits, like a till 2 means 2 commits or 3 commits, whatever. So any random commit can be reverted here, any random. But here that's not possible, only successive commits. And also this will generate a new commit ID. This will not generate any new ID, right? No new commit ID. Whenever you revert, you can get them back again. Can be recovered. Like you get the changes back. Cannot be recovered. Right? So which one we should use?
A revert.
Safe way, regularly used. This is very rarely used. Very powerful. That's called destructive because by mistake, if you have lost your changes, you can't get them back. So reset is a powerful destructive command. It should be used if you are very clear. If you need a bunch of commits, you want to discard them for sure, then you may go for this reset. Got it, everyone? So that's the difference. And another difference is this is reset hard, right? Like you get rid of permanent. There are also other types of resets. This may not be so important, but if you want to understand this from the perspective of interviewer somehow, people find it difficulty to understand this. This chart will help you clear the different types of resets very easily. So just let me show you. How changes happen with respect to different layers. Local repository. This is hard reset, soft reset, mixed reset. Like I said, this is very less used, but whenever, like if you come across them, there might be a lot of confusion understanding this. So this diagram will help you. So hard reset means your changes will be gone from everywhere. Okay, changes will be gone from here, here as well as here. Okay, soft reset means your changes will be gone from here, but still you have your changes. If you have changes in working directory and staging area, how to get them back? If your changes are here, how to get them back to local repository? What should you do?
Again, we need to commit it.
Right? You commit it, again your changes will be back. So soft reset, there's a way to get the changes back. And also in the mixed reset, your changes will be gone from here and here, but changes will be still there in the working directory. So in this case, how to get the changes back?
Again, we can commit it.
Hit add and
Add and commit.
Add and commit, isn't it? So here, if you want, you add it and then commit it. So hard reset is very much powerful and destructive, whereas other resets, yes, there is a way you can get the changes back. Understood? This chart will help you see the differences. Are we good?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is for your reference in case you need it. So that is about reset. All these commands are there in the drive. When you do the hands-on, you can have a reference, watch the recording and do the hands-on. So that's about reset, revert. So what are all the things we have discussed till now? We started with Git RM, right? And then we have gone through Git RM cache to delete the files only from local repository, but not from working directory. And then we discussed about Git ignore. Yes, and then Git revert and Git reset. Clear with these things, everyone? Are we good? Any confusions? By the way, how many of you have completed yesterday's hands-on and quiz? Make sure that you are doing the hands-on. 2 people raise the hands. How about others? Hands-on is very important, okay? As you progress, you should get every day's concept practice, revise before you proceed. 2 or 3 people raise the hands. If that is the case, you should pick up. Everyone should get started with the hands-on. Any difficulties, please post the queries. Okay, this is your first class, Sunil. That's fine. Actually, forget this is our second class. Okay, you get the recording, class recordings of yesterday's also. Please watch it and do the hands-on. Okay. Whoever joined this as your first class, please watch the recordings and do the hands-on. All right. Now that we got understanding
Yeah,
of this, let us. Yes, please.
Actually, how to install this one? Actually, we don't have setup.
How to install?
No, we don't have setup actually.
Git setup.
Yeah, Git setup, but before Git also this one person.
This is
I mean,
VS Code editor.
that just to we will install EVA code. That's it. Huh?
I'm not getting you. Just to
Actually, I don't have any setup. Actually, you are using the some commands, this setup. How
Mm,
to
mm.
do this setup? I actually don't know.
Okay. You are there in the yesterday's class? Are you there in the yesterday's class?
Yesterday class, yes, first day class, no. Yesterday I have joined.
So we have seen this setup in the yesterday's class, like installing it and then installing this editor. This is nothing but an editor where you can work with your files, right? So just whoever have any queries, watch the recording, right? It will be very clear. Yesterday we discussed how to install your Git, how to get this VS Code editor. For quick reference, as a quick note for the people who joined today, it's just go to Google and type in Git download. Or else by now you might have got, like whoever registered have got access to this drive. Just a second, this will help everyone whoever missed or whoever didn't make a note of. See, this is the Google Drive, everyone will get access once registered. And this is the folder we are working on. See, how to set up Git is there here. Git setup on Windows, Linux, Mac, everything I have shown yesterday. Like I have walked you through the different ways. And this is a reference to install it. And also see VS Code download. VS Code is nothing but this is the one. This is nothing but this interface is nothing but VS Code editor, Visual Studio Code editor. This is to manage your files, edit the files. We are creating some files to manage with the version control system, right? That's where it will be. See, it has got all the URLs, how to download, from where to download. So you can just follow these steps. Yesterday I have shown you, go here and download. Depending on your operating system, you choose and download. And just double click so that you will see this editor. Instead of using Notepad++ or Notepad, something like that, this is a better editor which will also provide you with a net terminal option where you can run the commands. Okay. And there is a question from Malik. Do we need to practice other videos as well, which are available in the website for hands-on? Not all the other videos, Malik. You have to go through yesterday's class. That's it. You have to practice this batch videos. In the website, there might be so many other videos available, posted there from previous batches or anything like that. You get started from yesterday's recording of this batch. That's all. You follow one batch. Any more queries regarding the setup? I expected all of you might have done with the setup. Whoever haven't started, please get started.
Sure.
All right. So coming back now, after looking into these concepts, let's look into another interesting and very important concept. Git statement.
Preethi, before just one doubt. So
Mm.
instead of giving git rm, if I just give only rm command, uh, will that be still in staging area kind of concept, or I have to run git rm command again?
RM is a Linux command. Okay.
Yeah.
Linux command is nothing but like you do from your CLI. Like in Windows also from command prompt, you can run RM. RM means it will delete the file. Same like you go to the folder and delete the file. It's not about version controlling. Git RM file is, it will delete the file from your working directory staging area. That's a Git command. Whereas RM, just RM is a Linux command. How you delete the file from your folder, that's where RM is used.
No, I got it. While creating the file, we are using the Linux command, right? Either 5B editor
Mm,
or or touch command, whatever.
yeah.
And we are adding git add and file name to this to add it into the staging area. The
Mm,
similar way, instead of git rm, if I just remove with the Linux command the file, how
mm.
to remove it from the staging area, then to do the commit.
See,
The same
instead of
git
just
rm will,
using RM means it is like you are deleting the file completely. Like you are deleting the file. It's not being version controlled by Git. You shouldn't do git simple RM.
Okay.
You're just deleting the file from the folder like you do, like you come here and delete. I can do this, right? This is what it is. But Git RM cache are different. It's working with respect to your staging area, local repository, and working directory.
Yes, Preeti. In such cases, how to commit it? I'm asking. If I remove it with a normal RM command or delete, you just delete one file with normal way.
Suppose I
Yeah.
deleted it.
Yeah.
Right? So it is, you are deleting the file. It is saying unstaged. Do you see the difference? Earlier, when you do git RM means it is asking you like changes were not committed. You are committing it, means your changes are happening with respect to the staging area. But here your changes happen in the working directory. Do you see the difference? Unstaged changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the difference?
Yeah. Now again, we have to run git RM command.
If you want, see it is
Okay.
unstaged. What do you do for unstaged? Add and commit. Right? Add and commit the changes, meaning like you can do git add, git commit, whatever changes you have done. So to update what will be committed. So what I'll do, unstaged change, right? Let's say git add dot, then git status. Okay, it says changes to be committed, even that change to be committed, git commit, minus sim, file delete. Understood? To summarize, git RM, this change will happen in the staging area, whether it is git RM or git RM cache. If you do simply RM, this change happens in the working directory. So if you want to confirm these changes, means if you want to continue with these changes, you have to do add and commit. Here, if you want to like confirm, like move your changes to local repository, git commit. Got it now?
Yeah. Yeah. Now got it. Yeah.
Simply RM is like you create a file, you deleted the file. It happens in the working directory. Even that deletion also should be added and committed. Any change you should add and commit. Okay. Are we good to go?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Right. So what I would suggest is whenever you have a question, right, like this, like you might be having so many scenarios in your mind. What happens if we do this way? Whatever, try it out. Like I deleted the file and have seen, right? So just try it out from your end. That will give you more visibility and that's how you will learn more. All right. So now if you check the log, I just want to discard this, okay? Git reset. I just want to go with a simple log for the next use case, next scenario. So git reset hard. What happened? Git reset. Oh, sorry.
Commit ID.
I placed it right. Git reset hard.
The next one you have to
Oh,
place it, right?
yeah. Correct. Thank you. Got it. So I just want to discard it and I want only these two. So now, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So all good. Now let's talk about the scenario. Like whenever you do status, you might be seeing something like on branch master. What is this branch? And what is this master branch? What is this concept of branch? Let me tell you, this branching feature is very important feature in Git, which is making it so widely used or which is making it so famous. Branching strategies. Git has a good branching strategies, which helps to implement deployments or different strategies to manage your projects. Now, how do you understand this? Whenever you make a repository, whenever you create a repository, there'll be one branch created by default, which is called a master branch or a default branch. or a main branch, whatever you call it. This is available by default. Until now, whatever changes I made were set to be or happened in master branch. Like I made some file 1, file 2, everything are set to be on master. Okay, let's suppose there is some functional requirement. 1, I'm working on this. I need to make changes for these same files. Then client came with another requirement, functional requirement 2. For this also, I should modify the same files. But changes are different. Means, let's say, let me make it more simple. Let's suppose for functional requirement 1, you to modify line number 3 in both the files. Whereas for FR2, you have to make changes on line number 4. Like your changes are different. Okay, fine. We are just continuing the same branch. After some time, your changes might be messed up, right? Your changes might be corrupted. Am I correct? You don't identify which changes are which for which requirement. Also, let's say you want to release this for May, this for August. How do you make the multiple or else different releases from the same branch? Right? Also, you want to keep them separate, keep them segregated. What you can do is, instead of working all the requirements on the same branch, you can create a copy from this branch. Okay, name it as like whatever feature branch means. Let's say you want to develop a new feature. You may create a branch like this, feature V1, something like that. Right? And you develop this functional requirement too. Means it's a copy till you make a branch. Once you make a branch, they work like two parallel entities. Whatever changes you make in this feature branch will not be visible to the master and vice versa. So you can release this for August, this one for May. Means branches help you to have parallel development. Each developer can create a branch and develop their feature. Also, branches can help you to manage multiple environments, multiple releases, or multiple versions, whatever you call them. All of these are possible with the branching, right? That's a simple concept of branch. It's like a virtual copy. Okay, and whenever you make this branch, all the commits, all the changes from the master will be copied into this feature branch. You just take an example. Suppose you have a folder called docs. You made a copy of it. If you are making any changes on this copy, will they be seen on the original folder?
No.
Obviously no, right? Same is the case here. And branches can be of two types. Permanent branches to maintain different environments like development environment, test environment, and all. Or else temporary. Like you just want to try out something rather than messing up the actual one. You create a separate branch, try out there, and then put it back. And delete the temporary branch. So branches could be permanent or temporary. It depends on the use case. Like they help you maintain the versions. How is it possible? Let's suppose, let me give you a simple example in the layman term. Suppose, like I said, you made a copy. Okay, just a second. Suppose you are writing a story. Okay. You want to give a climax. You're seeing the screen, right?
Yes.
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 Okay. So now I just want to make a copy of it. Okay, you got this folder, right? Now I'm writing a story and I want to give a different climax. So I may create a separate copy of it, give a different climax here. Here a different climax. So I'm getting two versions of the same story, right? I may send both of them to the publisher. If he likes them, he may publish both of them as two stories. Or else, let's say I believe this came out better. I may merge, I may move these, copy these changes back to the original one and delete it. Right? So branch could be a temporary one or else a permanent one. Like how you work with these folders, you imagine branches as such. Is that making sense?
Yes.
So now let us try out, okay, so that it would be more clear. So now you have got master branch. To see all the branches, you may run the command git branch. It will list all the branches. See, only master branch is there. Whatever changes you made till now are set to be on master branch, right? Suppose I want to create a new branch. You can use git branch. Let's say I'm giving branch name is B1. That's a child branch or a new branch. And this is the parent branch or else the actual branch from where you are creating. So if I run this command, what happens? New branch B1 will be created, which will be a copy of master. See, you see the branch list now B1 is there, but there is a star asterisk symbol on master. It indicates you are on master branch, right? You are on master branch. Star indicates you are on the master branch. And now whatever commands you run here, git status, git add, everything happens on master. Do you see that? Right? Log, if you run log, that works with master branch. Okay, let's say now I want to switch the branch. Okay, now I want to switch the branch to master. Means I want to go to master branch. How to switch the branch? Git checkout B1. See, you are switched to branch. How do you know? Two ways. One is git branch. It will list the branch. Now asterisk is on B1 means you are on B1. That's one way to confirm on which branch you are on. Another way is git status. See, on branch B1. You are on branch B1. Are we good?
Yes.
Right? You are on branch B1. Git status tells you that you are on branch B1. Yeah. Now, if you do ls, it will show the files of B1. If you do log, means whatever commands you run are set to be happening on B1. This is the log of B1. I told you, right? Files, commits, everything will be copied from master. Okay, fine. Suppose I want to create a file on B1. Shall we proceed? See,
Yes.
I'm creating a file on B1. Let's say, hello. See, now if you do status, everything, the same old story. On branch B1, this is important. Do you see that? But untracked, what you have to do?
Add it.
Add it. Again, check the same old story I told you, right? Then what we should do? On B1 branch, something like that. Done. Now git status. Everything is good. Now, let me ask you. Okay, first let me see the files. Git ls files, there should be 3. All of them happening on B1. Git log 1 line. Third commit. You have got the third commit, third file. Now, is this third commit, third file available on master branch? Do you think so?
No.
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 Let us see. Let us switch to the branch. How to switch the branch?
Check out, right?
Check out.
Git checkout.
Check out
Yes.
B1. Sorry, which branch?
Master.
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 We switch to the branch. You can confirm this way. You can also confirm status. Good. ls. Now it is showing to back also. It's showing only 2. Do you see here in the Explorer also? It's showing you 2 files. Understood?
Yes.
Say they were like two parallel entities. Whatever you do in one branch will not be visible on the other branch by default. That's not possible. So what you have to do? If you let's suppose, okay, let's say I have done some changes on B1. I'm done with those changes, and let's say B1 is like a temporary purpose. Means I just use like a draft, it's working fine. Now I want to integrate changes from B1 to master. Integrate means bring the changes from one branch to another. How do you integrate changes from one branch to another? And what is that called as?
Pull request.
Integrating changes from one branch to another is called merging. And here the source branch is B1, correct? From B1, I want to get the changes into destination branch. So to merge, the syntax is git merge source branch and the destination branch. Are we good? So how to merge? Go to the destination branch. I'm on the destination branch. Git merge B1 to master. See? Fast forward, automatic merge happened and you got this file. Now if you see ls, yes. Log also might have been copied from B1. If you want to see the log of other branch, give the branch. Generally, when you do git log, it will show the log of the branch on where you are sitting. I'm on master branch. But if you want to check the log of other branch, give the branch name. So, is that making sense? Interesting, isn't it? Any queries here? This is the simple way of branching and merging. Right? There are actual other scenarios of merge with conflicts and so on. Right? And also when person is working with the same file or the same people working, different people working on the same file. And remind you, we are still on local. Do you remember that? We are still on local. We did not go to remote yet. Before we go to remote, there are still few things we have to learn. So we are still on local. Means, yes, I may get conflict within my local repository. Right? Why do you get a conflict? What is a conflict? All of that we'll see. This is a simple way of branching and merging. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you try out these things from your end? So, there is another concept of merge with conflicts. We shall take up from here in the next class. The reason is you have to do this hands-on. You have to understand this merge properly and give it a try. Simple commands, right? You just give it a try. Git commands will be very simple. So you just give a try on this. Then I'll talk about advanced methods in merging. Any other questions you have in the topics covered today, you can ask me. Or previous topics. How to delete this branch, isn't it? We will also look into them. Those are all the scenarios coming up. So, like we have discussed about Git RM, I'm just summarizing the things. Git RM cache, Git revert, Git reset, again hard reset, soft reset. The command is same, only you have to put either soft or hard or a mixed. And then Git branch. Creating a branch. How do you create a branch? Git branch. P1, new branch and old branch. And then git merge, check out, switching the branches. Branch name. And then git merge, source branch and the destination branch. Any questions in these topics?
No, madam.
Do the hands-on, okay, watch the recording and do the hands-on. And also complete this quiz. I'm sharing it here itself. Just give me a minute. Complete this quiz. By now, it's the second day of GIT. So go through the quiz portal. This is very much helpful to register the things. I'm placing it in the Zoom chat. Please go through it. Did you all get that?
Yes.
So complete that. Every day on daily basis, go through the quiz from the quiz portal. Every day you should complete this and then watch the recording, do the hands-on before we join for the next class tomorrow. Anything else from anyone? Any questions, concerns? Tomorrow we'll talk about the merge with conflicts, advanced concepts like git stash, git rebase, right? These are the 3 advanced concepts we need to go through before we go for remote repositories. And then we'll go for remote. That's the agenda for tomorrow's class.
Ma'am, I have a question. Is that the quiz link is been there in the drive or how?
It's not there in the drive, Divya. It was there on the website.
Okay.
You are seeing this, right? Like this is the website, preethidevops.com. Here, if you go, you should go to the quiz portal.
Okay.
I believe you will get this once you log in. Okay, go to this quiz portal and here are some quiz available.
Okay. We'll do that. Thank you.
All right then. Thanks everyone. Have a good day and wish you all happy Ugadi.
Right,
Wish
yeah.
you
Thank
all
Happy
you.
good.
happy learnings in
You.
the new year.
Same to you.
Same to you. Bye.
Same. Thank you. Wish you the same.
Thank
Thanks
you.
all. Thanks everyone. And bye everyone. See you all tomorrow. Thank you all.
Ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.